If you are at all curious and you're wondering, you know what, I really don't even know where to start. I don't know how to grow. I don't know how to advance my career. I keep hearing people making a ton of money online, growing their impact, influence, and income. How do I do it? You've stumbled upon the right video because this is Nez Nation Live. We go live every Sunday. It's a hashtag AMA, which means Ask Me Anything. You can learn everything you need to learn here today. So make sure you come on back. It's Nez Nation Live, y'all. Hit that like button. Yo, 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 welcome everybody. Come on in. It's so good to see you guys, Nez Nation. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful today. It is Super Bowl Sunday as we record this. Podcast listeners, you're going to be hearing this a little bit later. And podcast listeners, please remember, we want to see you here live. So make sure that you come check us out. And if you guys live viewers don't know that we have the #1 rated personal branding podcast, well, then you got to go subscribe because we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, we're everywhere you need to be. Google. And in case you're brand new to who I am Professor Nez, helping you to grow your impact and income online. A personal branding coach, executive career coach. I run several online businesses. I've been in this game for a very, very long time. I have a few announcements that I want to make at the top of the hour, so stick around and make sure that you obliterate that like button because it really, really helps us out on YouTube and really everywhere because it's just fantastic. And so it's so great to see you guys. We see a lot of familiar faces in the house. Luis Vega in the house. Mr. Camera Junkie, good to see you. Dexter Media and Sweeney. It is so good to see you, Sweeney. Get that timer ready. I'm going to sneeze soon. Susie on LinkedIn, fantastic. Great to see you, a client of mine. Silver Fox. I tried to tag you on LinkedIn. I couldn't find you, Darlene. I hope you're doing really, really well. It's great to see you. Charlie, Joel Tav in the house. Good to see you. Fantastic. George Fisher. It is so awesome. Yes, we missed you last Sunday. We miss you every single Sunday. And so you got to make sure that you're here because we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Leave your questions in the comments down below. Any question at all, I'm happy to answer it. Anything about advancing your career, growing your impact and income online, maybe even starting, scaling, and growing an online business. Any question at all. YouTube branding, LinkedIn branding, podcasting, live streaming, I am yours. We've got an amazing, fantastic community here at Nez Nation Live. You're not just getting me, you're getting amazing content creators, live streamers, podcasters, professionals, executives, business owners galore. It is so, so great to see you. And I'm so happy to be broadcasting, on my favorite platform that I use. I've been live streaming for over 5+ years now. I've been in this game for a long time, and I've used every platform on planet Earth. And so the #1 platform that I have discovered, I've used them all. I've tested them all. I've tried them all. And this is my favorite. And I'm using, because I get a lot of emails and questions. Hey, Nez, what do you use? What is your favorite podcasting? What's your favorite live streaming platform? This is it, StreamYard. And so I've got a link in the description just in case you're interested in doing a free trial. But yeah, I'm so super excited. I love using StreamYard. They sent me some beautiful, look at this sweater. It's actually a really comfortable sweater too. I really, really like this sweater. And it really is comfortable. And they're just a fantastic company. I'm just so excited to be a part of the StreamYard crew. And just in case you're interested, please check out the link in the description down below. Leave your questions and comments. A few announcements before we get started. Leave your questions. I'm going to get to all your questions. So excited to see you guys. And make sure you share this out because sharing is caring. And we want to get as many people here as possible for the next hour, hour and a half. Because I want to help as many people as possible. So sharing is caring. Don't forget to smash the smasher because it helps us with the algorithm, and also share this out. Is that Barb? Oh, my favorite. Barb, look at that. Barb has a fantastic Facebook group with live streamers. I forget what it's called, Barb, because it's just my brain. I think it's Born to Livestream or something like that. But Barb is my resident accountability agent because she's just such a pistol, and I appreciate you so much, Barb. Such personality and fire, and she's just never changed. And so good to see you, Barb. We haven't seen you here in a while. She's been a long-standing member of Nez Nation Live, even in my Periscope days. So it's really nice to see you. Ivana Rosado, really good to see you. Fantastic. Meek is wisdom. All right. Great to see you. Fantastic. Good to see you. Okay, we already got some questions here. Just a couple of announcements really quickly. I know that there's a Clubhouse town hall that's going on right now. And so probably a lot of our viewers are there right now. But just a couple of things I wanted to mention. Number one, in the pinned comment on YouTube, it really has a lot to do with Clubhouse. I've been super inspired, by the people I've been meeting, the connections I've been making, and especially with amazing creators on this platform called YouTube. And so, I had Daryl Eves on my show not that long ago. Make sure you check out that replay because he drops some insane wisdom and knowledge on YouTube, especially, talking about his new book and everything that, is going to be happening in 2021 and where YouTube is headed just as a platform and how much they're going to be enabling content creators to make serious money if you create serious impact, right? The whole mission of my business and brand is to inspire you to grow your impact and income online. I'm living proof that this stuff works. This is no get-rich-quick scheme. It takes a ton of hard work. Growing a YouTube channel to almost 10,000 subscribers is the hardest thing. 400 uploads. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I'm never going to stop because I love it. I was born to do it. And so I have been super, super inspired, and my 5+ years journey on this amazing platform, studying, practicing, executing, I want to bring that information to you. And so in the pinned comment, I've been inspired. I've started a brand new channel that is going to be I don't have any content on it yet. It's going to be all about helping you to grow on YouTube, especially for people who are newer, maybe smaller channels. But I think there's going to be some sophisticated advice in there as well. That's going to help you advance creators as well. So in the pinned comment, check that out if you get a moment, because I'd really, really appreciate it. And then just for your information, because I'm super, super inspired by the conversations I've had on Clubhouse, and they've been really monumental. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And just really, really excited about that. I just want to share that with you. I want to get to as many questions as I can. Thank you so much, Joe. Joe, my main mod. Good to see you, Barb. Now, Age, Barb, what I love about you, you've got the energy of a 10-year-old. I just love it. And you're just on fire. And so I so appreciate you being a part of the Nez Nation family. So it's really, really exciting to have you here. Ivana, I'm going to get to your question. I'm going to get to your questions in order. And so, so that's one announcement. So the second announcement is connect with me on Clubhouse, because I'm going to be hosting a lot more rooms with amazing creators that I've met and collaborated with on this platform. I mean, I know most of you guys, let me know in the chat down below. Are you on Clubhouse? Do you like Clubhouse? What are your thoughts on it? Are you over it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And gosh, wouldn't it be, I hope they're talking about this in the town hall. It's about time they had some different features, like maybe a like button, a clap button, or, some kind of hearts or stars, maybe incognito mode. Let me know what you would like to see. What kind of features would you like to see on Clubhouse? It's really, I've done a couple of videos on my channel about it, the good, the bad, the ugly. And so if you want to check those out, if you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, Nez, maybe Joe will leave a link to some of those videos in the comments down below. I'd really, really appreciate it. But let's get to some questions. And, just in case you're just joining us, you are watching Office Hours with yours truly. This is a show that we do every single Sunday live. It goes on the podcast as well, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I, your personal branding coach, answers any question you have about growing your impact and income online, advancing your career, and maybe even starting and scaling your very own online business and or just a side hustle. Because it's, yeah, Joel, here's the thing, Joel. Luis says Clubhouse. I never heard of it. Luis lives on Clubhouse. I love you, Luis. It's so good to see you. Yeah, Joel, one thing I would say is they're definitely working on that. And so the Android people are going to be on there. Now, here's the thing that I'm worried about. Thank you, Barb. Thank you, Barb. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, YouTube is number one. I completely agree. And that's another reason why I'm so super inspired I'm going to be bringing the best content on planet Earth on how you can help you grow on YouTube. Simplified, easy to understand. That's why I'm so super excited about it. Yes, you're right. Clubhouse has a lot of pros and cons, and I'm not sure which one's higher. Right now, for me, the pros are winning, but the cons are getting there. And I think when Android finally, joins the foray, I don't know if that's going to help the platform. I really don't. I think what's really been beneficial and beautiful about the platform, and I'd love your thoughts down below, is the fact that it's been exclusive and it's been less is more. It's been very limited. I think that's what's helped the app. I think once Android gets in the mix, you're talking about millions and millions of people joining the platform. It's going to be interesting, but I'm sure they're working on strategic ways to grow and scale that. I've got some great ideas for them. Paul, Rohan, if you're listening, come check me out. Come connect with me, and I'm happy to share my thoughts and ideas. But, just to get back to Barb's point, and then I want to get to questions. You always want to grow your brand on the platform that your audience exists and you can reach them in the most efficient way. But on a general term, on a macro overview, I would say there's no other platform on planet Earth where you have longevity, breadth and depth, royalty income. You just got longer lasting life to your content than on YouTube. There just isn't another place. There just is not another place that I can, I can speak to. I mean, some people, I actually, and I work with executives and professionals all the time. Some people still think YouTube is this kid's platform where silly people do silly things. They don't understand how monumental it is for people like you and me who are middle-aged or older to actually grow impact, influence, and income. I mean, serious money. I mean, think of YouTube as the new NBC, the new ABC, and it's going to take over, the new Netflix. They're already coming out with original content. We have an opportunity to create impact on there, which leads to income. And so I think still there's some people, I love how you said that, Barb. I think there's still some people who think of YouTube as, they dismiss it as some kind of kiddie playground. You know what I mean? Thank you, George. It's great to see you. Okay, questions. That's what this show is all about, office hours. Great to see you, Stephen Monroe on LinkedIn. Great to see you. Okay, so Joseph Dexter Media asks, I host a local interview. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to get to all of them. I host a local interview news show called In the Community. My question for you, would you put the title of the show in the title on YouTube or just the topic? Okay, this is a great question. This is a great question. So it depends on a couple of things. Number one, I will say that, is this a live stream show, by the way, Joseph? Let me know, Joe, if it's a live stream show that you're live streaming on YouTube. This is really important. The first thing is it's important to have a strategy for your live streams. What are your live streams' intention? What are you hoping to get out of it? What's your objective? Okay. Because this is going to help you orchestrate your title. My show that I do every Sunday, and I also have interview shows. I have interview guests. We're going to have James Dunn, who has a YouTube channel over 120,000 subscribers. He's building a new channel as well. We're going to talk about that. James Dunn, big shout out to you. I've met him on Clubhouse. We've had Daryl Eves on. We've had Daniel Batal on. We've had great guests. Dale and his brother Walt from Live Streaming Tech. Unbelievable guests, right? So I don't use my live stream show as a sort of, it's not a growth mechanism for me. Although Daryl does say that YouTube's investing a lot of money and R&D into live streaming. So they're going to be pushing live streaming a lot more. YouTube wants to own the game. They want to take it away from Facebook. They know Periscope is dying. TikTok Live is not really a thing yet, although God knows what's that going to turn into. Instagram Live is sort of non-existent. YouTube wants to own the live stream space, and so they're really delving out contracts with big-time creators, and I think that's going to trickle down to most people eventually. So my point is this. I have the title of my show in my video. Sometimes I'll change the title if there's a specific topic, but because I do so much short form content on my YouTube channel, my growth is still exponential because I'm not just using my live stream as a growth strategy. I hope this makes sense. My live stream show on my YouTube channel and other channels is meant to be more of a listening tool, so I can listen to you guys and figure out how I can best serve you, and also community management. I love hanging out with you guys. I love just chilling with you guys. But notice what I said there. It's not a strategy for growth. I'm not trying to optimize the titles or optimize in any way, because what really, from what I see, and it's different from any channel, you look at Joe Rogan podcast, it's the 5th most watched channel. I mean, before he went to Spotify, I mean, his clips are still up there in the top 10, I think. Top 5 most watched YouTube channel, and it's 4 hours long. Some of those shows go very, very long. And so, this is something important to think about and consider. Video podcasts, video live streams, like what I'm doing right here, if you do a good enough job of bringing the goods every single time and keeping your audience engaged, that's the strategy. Don't worry about the title. The strategy is the human strategy. I see too many people on YouTube worry about SEO and titles and tags and description. And yes, that stuff is important, but it needs to be under the umbrella of humanness, right? Don't be robotic in your titles. Don't be robotic in your description. Don't be too keyword stuffing in all of those elements. It's important to understand your viewer, understand your audience, what makes them tick, and it's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in business. I had a student the other day ask me, I hope this makes sense too, Joe. I had a student the other day ask me, I'll talk about anxiety in a second. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions about anxiety too. Please leave your question down below. And yes, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. I had a student the other day say to me, "Hey, Nez, I want to be an entrepreneur." And I said, "Why? Why do you want to be an entrepreneur?" And they said, "Because I want to have freedom. I don't want to have a boss." Well, I know there's a lot of business owners in this chat. Okay. Congratulations, George, on getting your second vaccine. I know it's good to see you, Stephen. I hope you're still here. I know there's, a lot of people who think that, being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, you get to be your own boss and all that lovely good stuff. And yes, there is freedom there. And yes, entrepreneurism is about really dictating your own terms, but don't get it twisted. If you don't have customers or clients, you don't have a business. It's just a hobby. And so I'm not trying to say that you don't have freedom, but in some respects, you have multiple bosses, which are your clients and customers in some respects, especially if you've got, like I run a client services business as well as my academy, where, some of my clients are retainer clients and those are big ticket items. And so, I'm at the behest. I really need to do my best to serve. Now, don't get me wrong. I set a lot of conditions, and communication is key. But you got to understand that my point in relating this back to the title, Joe, and trying to game the system on YouTube. I'm not saying you're trying to do this, but I see a lot of people do this. Humanize everything. Think about the human who's going to be watching that. What is going to be an interesting title that's going to entice them to click? This is the art of pathos, the art of persuasive copywriting, which everybody should learn. Even if you don't run a business or a brand or a platform or a YouTube channel, everybody needs to learn the art of persuasive copywriting. It's everything. I mean, it's literally everything. By the way, who do you think is going to win tonight? Tonight. Is it tonight? Well, I guess it's 3:30 West Coast time. So what's that? 6:30 East Coast time? Who's going to win the big game tonight? I'm curious. I hope that helps Joseph, let me know in the chat, who do you think's going to win tonight? Kansas City or Tampa Bay? Who do you think's going to win? It's, you know what's so scary is this is what's so funny. Okay, a lot of you guys are going to laugh at this, but so I was talking to another creator on Twitter, and I was we're planning on doing a collaboration and releasing the video tonight. And it's so funny because I was like, yeah, I'm going to release it. I'm going to release it tonight because it's a perfect Sunday night viewing video. And like, I was like, I'm going to release it at 3:00. And I'm like, oh my God. And then he goes, well, I don't know if that's a good idea, because he mentioned the Super Bowl. And I go, the Super Bowl? I'm like, the Super Bowl? I'm like, the Super Bowl? This is how crazy it is this is the unsexy side of being a business owner. And you business owners know, and if you run a YouTube channel, and you run it the right way, it's a business, because you can't just be the creator. You got to be the marketer, the distributor, the salesman. You got to be a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, I totally forgot that there was even a Super Bowl. I mean, I have not been watching sports. I definitely turned off the news. The news has just been absolute distraction and distress, and nothing helpful watching the news, any news station. And I'm not making this political. I've just been putting my head down, rolling up my sleeves and working. And that's why my channel's growing. That's why my business, during the biggest global pandemic, even though we dropped 67% of revenue in 2020, my business is still thriving and still doing really, really well. I'm not distracting myself to unnecessary, things that are just impediments to my growth. This is something important to understand. What you give attention to, you give power to. I know a lot of you guys are asking me about anxiety, and I have a lot to say about this because I've been studying the dude inside my head for over 2 decades, and it's the epicenter of my success. The word mindset has been super abused, and I almost hate the word now. But I would not be where I am today if I didn't have a strong inner game, not just an outer game. Okay, material things are nothing without your inner game. We talk about outer game all the time, looking good, being healthy, having a nice house, nice car, nice family, external. What about your inner game? Do you work on your inner game? Because your inner game is everything. Your inner game is the hub, the portal to every other success you have in your life. There is not one successful person on planet Earth that does not spend exorbitant amounts of time working on their inner game. Your inner game is everything. So I hope that helps, Joe. I really do. Okay, I see Tampa. Brian says Tampa's going to win. Walter, good to see you, brother. Let's see. The title I used was COVID-19 Researcher Discusses Lab's Discovery of U.S. COVID-19 Variant. That's a fantastic title. You're not really keyword stuffing there. Plus, it's a very human title because, first of all, I want somebody who's an actual specialized researcher discussing the variant. It's a very popular topic. And so Luis says, I don't have time for sports. Neither do I, man. Fran on LinkedIn says, Kansas. All right, very good. KC, George Fisher. Let's see. Ain't got nobody got time for that. That's right. Great to see you. Yes. Dexter says, but Nez, ribs and chili are imperative. Yes, absolutely. They absolutely are. Hey guys, if you're just joining us right now, I just want to let you know that you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you click follow on the Nez Nation hashtag on LinkedIn, subscribe and follow on Facebook and YouTube so you don't miss anything. Hit that bell notification so every time we go live, you don't miss a darn thing, okay? You can ask me anything. I'm here to answer all your questions related to advancing your career, earning more income, growing faster, and stressing less, because it's all about that. And don't forget to share this out because sharing is caring. Okay, I've had some other questions there. So yeah, so Joe, that's a great title because it's a human title, but you still have your keyword in there. I'm not discounting search. I have been studying algorithms for 2 decades, but it's the human formula. That's what it's all about, not a robotic algorithmic formula. Louise says, live stream has increased my audience. I think I gained 3 new members on last night's live stream. Yes, Live stream is a beautiful, beautiful method to three-dimensionalize who you are, which is why I've been live streaming for over 5 years. Barb knows that. Luis knows, or my other mod, if he's here, Tech for Needs, Luis knows that. He was with me. The other Luis was with me for the early days of Periscope, when all I'd use is my phone, no audio. I was in my dining room. Really atrocious live streams back in 2015, 2016. And so absolutely, it's an amazing way to personalize. It's a way of giving back, but it's not something that I use. Like, I'm not trying to gain new members. I'm not trying to gain new subscribers. I'm not trying to gain new followers. I'm here to listen and help as much as possible. And here's the funny thing, Luis, because I know you. Luis is an amazing dude, an amazing creator. I know you, Luis. I know that what you're doing is with the right intention. And if you have the right intention, the more that you give, the more you're going to get back. It's just absolutely important. Okay, George Fisher, I want to ask, I want to answer, leave your questions in the comments down below. So Ivana Rosado says, how to deal with anxiety and overthinking, and how is that a question, Ivana? Or I covered that really in depth in my video. Let me know if you're still here, Ivana, and if anybody else wants an answer to that question. George says, do you see a flood of individuals coming off unemployment, and how does this impact the job market? That's a great question. I love that question, George. Thank you for answering that. It's interesting with Biden. What we're seeing right now is Biden's extending a lot of the rental moratoriums, and maybe even, dare I say, the mortgage forbearances. I don't know if he's going to do that. I know the CARES Act expires in March, I believe. But it's going to be interesting to see if he extends all of that and extends unemployment benefits. We may not see a huge flood of individuals coming off of unemployment. But if we do, then I think that's going to be great for the job market, because then that means that there's going to be more availability. That means that companies can return back to a semblance of normal. Make sure that they're getting the right people, because business in life needs to still go on. Even though we're going through a crisis, and like I said, I dropped a significant amount in my business. I had to let go of a few people back in the summer. I wasn't proud of it. It's not something I wanted to do, but it's something I had to do. I think that if people come off of unemployment, I think it's going to be a great thing, because it's going to probably desaturate the marketplace, and people, and there's going to be more opportunities for people to maybe even transition into new careers or start new careers. I also think we're going to see more and more. I don't think remote work is going anywhere. Just to kind of compound what you're saying, George, I really don't see remote work changing. If anything, I see remote work becoming more ingrained in our everyday, kind of workplace situations and circumstances. You see Facebook, speaking of Clubhouse, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, was on Clubhouse talking about the interesting concept of, it's not about transporting, it's about teleporting. And, it's not about driving to the office. It's about really, sending them there without, having them get in their car, hurt the environment and possibly get into a car accident, and all the expenditures that come with commercial leasing office spaces. Companies are saving a ton of money by going all in on remote work. And let's really consider this. Despite the alienation and isolation, which I know is a very real thing, most people can do their work. There's studies and data that has proven that productivity goes up. When people don't have to come into the office 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and maybe 2 or 3 days a week, they're working at their own pace, their own hours, productivity has exponentially risen. So it's going to be interesting. There's no way of predicting what's going to happen, but I'll tell you this. Everything that the pandemic has accelerated is not going anywhere. That's a great question. Thank you so much, George, for that question. It's absolutely fantastic. You're welcome, Joe. Always, always a pleasure. Okay, Rosada does say, Ivana does say, yes, it's a question. Okay, I didn't see it in the form I didn't see it in the form of a question. Thank you so much. Okay, so your question is overthinking and anxiety. And the videos that I have on my YouTube channel are really, I'm just going to really say the same thing. The first thing I'm going to say is don't stress out about having anxiety and overthinking, because we can have anxiety over anxiety. Don't be so hard on yourself. Go easy on yourself. Give yourself a break. I think it was the great Dr. Freud who once said an anxiety attack is one of the most debilitating things a human being can ever experience. And if some of you are kind of wondering, Nez, what do you know about anxiety, or why are you talking about this? Some of you may not know this, and let me just be very transparent. I suffered from, abominable anxiety and depression as a young man. Pretty much from the ages of 18 to 29, I went through hell with this dude inside my dome who dominated me. And it was all an apparition. You need to call fear on its bluff. It's just fear mind. Fear mind is the greatest illusionist that ever lived. David Blaine, David Copperfield have nothing on fear. Fear is the ultimate bluff. You have to do the exact opposite of what you think you need to do when fear comes. When fear comes, your first instinct is to run, is to flee, is to convince yourself that everything's okay, is to convince yourself through logic, okay, that you're okay and nothing's wrong, okay? But here's the thing. Fear loves logic. Fear demolishes logic. Logic will not beat fear. You have to literally look fear in the face and say, give me your worst. I ain't afraid of you. Do whatever you want. Bombard me with the worst thoughts on planet Earth. Bombard me with your fear, because I'm not going anywhere. It's kind of like standing up to the neighborhood bully. Once you stand up to him, he will leave you alone. I'm creating a kind of character here, a persona of fear mind, but it's a real thing. I'm living proof that this stuff works. I've been studying this dude forever. I went to every single doctor you can imagine. I actually had a therapist tell me, stop coming to my office. And I was about 21, 22. It was a long time ago. But I'll never forget her name. It was Dr. Cosgrove. And I just was like, why? I stood up and go, why do you not want me to come back anymore? And she said, because you know more about this than I do. This was a clinical psychiatrist. I mean, I devoured everything you can devour about this dude right here. I did more research. It's like I got a PhD without getting a PhD. I took all the pills. None of the pills worked. I took all the medicine. None of the medicine worked. It wasn't until I finally understood that I don't have to take this dude seriously, that thoughts do not have power unless you give them power. They're just thoughts. You are beyond your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. As soon as you the most liberating day of my life was when I realized I don't have to take my thoughts seriously, because they're your thoughts. You're like, what do you mean, Nez? They're my thoughts. What are you talking about? Yo, Chris, how are you? Good to see you, brother. Another dude I met on Clubhouse. It's fantastic to see you here. Great to see you. Could you make this account the mod for future? Thanks, Silver Fox. Oh, okay. Is this a different account? Great to see you, Walter Waybird. It's so great to see you. Josephine is in the house. Good to see you, Josephine. Maria Santos. Yes. Now we're cooking. By the way, guys, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. We go live every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I answer all your questions about how to earn more, grow faster, and stress less. So make sure that you hit that subscribe. Make sure you smash and obliterate that like button, because it really, really helps us out. Bry says, you control your thoughts, so attempt to always think positive and you will get Bry is a super, super positive dude, and it's such a great pleasure. Yeah, the whole crew is here. Now we can party, and I haven't sneezed yet. Knock on wood. I'm probably going to now. Yeah, it's so interesting because Bry, here's one thing that's really, really, really important. I love the way you said that, Luis. The mind is a thinking machine. The most complex computer in the entire universe is the computer between your ears. There is still not a computer. Even in 2021, there is no mainframe. There's no, huge mainframe at NASA or at the CIA that can really come close to what that computer between your ears can do, and the speed and the complexity. Your mind is a thinking machine, and so you're going to get thoughts from all over the planet. You're going to get thoughts that just randomly enter your head. I mean, how many times has this happened to you? Let me know in the chat. How many times has this happened to you where you're in a car, you're at work, you're at school, you're in a live stream chat, you're doing whatever, and all of a sudden you just get this entire just rigmarole. You see it in that 1,000-yard stare. You get this entire Shakespearean tragedy just play out in your brain for a few minutes. Like, where in the world did that come out? And it was maybe sparked by a cat or the color of somebody's shirt or just random things. I mean, 90% of the thoughts that come into your head are absolute garbage. The more you understand that your thoughts, don't take your thoughts personally. Don't identify with your thoughts. Don't take your thoughts seriously. And there's a bigger, deeper thing going on here, because the more you take your thoughts less seriously and don't take yourself personally and seriously, joy enters. Exuberance enters. You feel lighter. Your chest breathes more. I'm living proof of this. And I'm not saying it's just going to magically happen. It takes time and vigilance, just like anything. You got to practice this because you're conditioned to take all your thoughts seriously. You're conditioned to take everything so seriously. You don't have to take a damn thing seriously. Trust me, even your own self. As a matter of fact, the less you take, if more people understood and adopted this mindset and didn't take themselves too seriously, oh, holy mackerel. We could end a lot of struggle. We could end a lot of pain. We could probably end a lot of wars. I'm serious about that too. I stand by that comment. And so very, very good stuff. I hope that helps, Ivana. I really hope that does. Yeah, thank you so much, Joe. I mean, I got an entire playlist called Mindset Mastery on my channel because it's so important to business and branding. It's so important to creating a YouTube channel. It's so important to your success. It's great to see you, Chris P, in the house. Make sure you smash that smash button. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to do that because I'm dropping brain-busting content every single week for y'all. Steven says, for 9 months, you're working for Uncle Sam. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I love the way you said that. Okay, let's see. Did I miss any other questions? If you have any other questions, let me know if you have any questions. I'd like to see, I'm trying to scroll back up and see if I missed any other questions. Let's see here. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. And also, if you haven't already, let me know who you think's going to win today. Who do you think's going to win today? You think Tampa Bay, KC? Who do you think? Thank you so much, Silver Fox. Appreciate that. Who do you think's going to win today? I would love to see who you think. Steven says, Nez hired 3 folks last week, 3 more in next 2 weeks. Land development going crazy. Where there is a crisis, there's always opportunity. Great to hear that, Steven. Yeah, you know what, Bri? I'm kind of going back here on some of the comments. Hey, Slick Daddy, I hope that helped you. I hope my answer helped you as well. I would really, really appreciate that if that helped. Anybody else have any other questions? Please leave them in the chat down below. Yes, Luis, Tech for Your Needs is here. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Chris P. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You know what, Bri? You've got some of the most, Bri is somebody I met on Clubhouse, and I just want to give a big kudos and a big shout out to you, Bri. But I love the way that you carry yourself, man. And it's about development too. It's about evolution. Yes, exactly, Barb. That is the mission statement here. Earn more, grow faster, stress less. And so it's really, really important. Yeah, we got both Luises here. it's really, really important that, yes, you can shift your mindset and look at things and perceive things in a positive light. But we don't always have a ton of control over what enters our kind of domain. So thoughts come out of nowhere. Our life kind of unfolds out of nowhere sometimes. How many of you know what the worst question? I used to hate this question. Hey, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I'd have absolutely no clue. I didn't see myself here 5 years ago. How many people had a 5-year plan and it actually worked? I don't know. It sounds so boring to me. Like, I know where I'm going to be in 5 years and I'm just going to do it and then da-da-da. But it's just, life doesn't work that way. I can't remember who said this, but somebody once said, you want to make God laugh, make plans. I'm not saying you don't have goals. I'm not saying you don't try to work for them and you don't have strategies, but it's about flexibility. Being a human being is about adaptation. COVID has taught us that if you don't adapt, it's hasta la pasta. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. People think that the origin of man, Charles Darwin's, big book, was all about survival of the fittest. It's like the strongest will survive. Well, yes, but he only used the phrase survival of the fittest, I think 3 times. He used the word collaboration 88 times. Not collaboration, adaptation 88 times. The species that survives is the species that is best able and willing to adapt to the conditions. We're looking at universities and schools. I still teach part-time at the university. Viet in the house. Good to see you, Viet. YouTube Boxing Central. Yes, I have advice on thumbnails. I'll get to your question. Please leave your question down below. Good to see you, Viet. How are you? Oh, so is it Luis? Is it Luis Vega, Camera Junkie? Am I saying that wrong? I thought it was Luis. Again, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. You can ask me anything. So yes, you can ask me YouTube. You can ask me whatever you want. Mindset, business, branding. I am yours. So absolutely you can ask me those questions. It's great to see you. Great to see Lucy. Lucy in the house. Good to see you. Fantastic. So adaptation, it's about flexibility. You gotta be flexible. And this is how you get over mindset stuff too, and anxiety stuff too. The universities have been totally exposed for what they really are, which is a business. They didn't create any infrastructure. They lack innovation. They lack creativity. Parents, students, and even teachers are suffering because they've been running a 100-year-old model. Could you imagine if a business ran on the same model as most universities? They wouldn't be in business anymore. There's still one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel, probably the main reason I started my YouTube channel 4 or 5 years ago, was because I kept having students come up to me and say, yo, Professor Nez, I just paid $100,000 for a piece of paper, a degree, and nobody will hire me. That broke my heart. And the reason nobody will hire them is because these universities have no clue what the real world entails. Okay? I'm not saying there isn't value there. There is. But, if somebody came up to me today and said, yo, Nez, I want to get my MBA or I want to get a degree in business, I would say save the money and go put that towards starting a business, because you're going to learn more about how to run a business, how to orchestrate, how to be successful by making a ton of mistakes, failing, learning as you go, than sitting inside some box with some professor who's never run a business before and has no clue how to run a business and is still teaching out of a textbook. So adaptation is absolutely important. And what you've done basically is you've adapted, Bri. Bri has definitely adapted. Hey, Vector's in the house. Good to see you, Vector. Make sure you smash that smasher if you haven't already. Great to see you, Joe. Always a pleasure, man. I love having you here. Yes. Steven says, be prepared. When opportunity meets preparation, you get good fortune. Absolutely. So what is the, but what is your, what do your parents call you? Is it, I want to call you by the right name. Do you prefer Louis or Luis? If you prefer Louis, because you're my main bud, dude, I want to call you by your actual name. If Louis is appropriate, then give me a 1 in the chat. If it's Luis, then give me a 2. Or just tell me to screw off. Yeah, let's get to 20. Thank you so much, Silver Fox. Silver Fox Talks. It's so good to see you. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, what can I help you with, Vector? If you have any questions, please. Thank you for your advice. I appreciate that, man. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. That's why I'm here. And I absolutely appreciate that. It really, really means a lot to me. So I really, really thank you for that. Again, if you're just joining us here, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly, Professor Nez. I am your personal branding coach. You can ask me anything about how to earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow the hashtag NezNation on LinkedIn, and just follow and subscribe everywhere. Follow me, my profile page, so then you can get notifications. And then you'll know when we're going live, and you won't miss a thing. Also, in the pinned comment, y'all, some of you guys coming in, I'm going to answer your question if you're still here. Let me know if you're still here. Boxing Channel. Where did that guy go? YouTube Boxing Central. I love that name. Do you have any advice on thumbnails? Well, let me tell you something. I got a ton of advice on thumbnails. If you're still here, let me know in the chat. But in the pinned comment, I've started a brand new channel, which has no content on it, which is not my shorts channel, but it's my channel where I'm dedicating helping you grow your impact and income on YouTube. It's going to be an everything YouTube channel. And so if you're interested in growing and building actual assets and actual income revenue streams and passive income streams, but it starts with impact, then you want to subscribe to that channel in the pinned comment on YouTube. So what would you like to know about thumbnails? Here's the key is with thumbnails, and I don't know if you're still here, Boxing Central, but I'll just answer this really quickly because I think this will bring a lot of value to everybody. Spend a lot of time working on your thumbnails before you even hit record. I think the biggest mistake that I made as a first-time YouTuber and content creator was I would always think it's all about the content. It's all about the video. And the title and thumbnail, I'll just deal with that later. Excuse me. But that's actually the wrong way to go about it. The title and thumbnail, and more so the thumbnail than the title. Most people just look at the thumbnail. I'm not saying title's not important, but I would say in the order of hierarchy, people look at your thumbnail first, and the title should really complement the thumbnail. Hardly anybody really pays too much attention to the title. It's really important that you have a strategy that, think about album cover art. Look at the thumbnails on Netflix. What draws people in? What is the narrative? How do you hit on emotional pain points, challenges, problems? This is emotional storytelling, pathos. And so it's really, really important that you don't think of your thumbnail as an afterthought, but it should be a forethought. Which actually informs. So once you get that click, then you've got to deliver the goods. You've got to deliver on the promise that your thumbnail delivered to that viewer. But it doesn't matter how good your content is. You could be Steven Spielberg, okay? You could be Stanley Kubrick. It doesn't matter how good your content is. Peter McKinnon, Casey Neistat, whatever. If you don't win the click first, it doesn't matter. So you got to win the click. You got to get that click. And once you get the click, you got to know what to do with it, right? And that's where delivering high value, high form content really comes in. And so that's the biggest thing that I would say is the most important is just don't have it be an afterthought. Really play. I mean, my wife makes fun of me all the time. I literally will ask her 100 questions. Do you like this color? Do you like that color? What about this? What if I move this over here? What if I put this image here? What if I did? And she's just like sick of it, because I'm always trying to bounce ideas off her because she's a billion times smarter than me and a billion times more talented than me. And so I love getting feedback from her. And she's like, stop with the thumbnails. Just put it up there. It's fine. I mean, I'm like literally, I spend days and weeks now. And I think that's why I'm seeing exponential growth, on my channels, is because I've put more thought, I've put more strategy into the thumbnail. What is it that you got to put yourself in the viewer's shoes? What is it that's going to make them want to click? If they see your thumbnail next to 10 others or 15 others on the homepage, or it's on the side panel for suggested, you got to look at what is, as yourself as a viewer, and hopefully you know your niche or you know your space really well. Let's say you're a tech YouTuber, or let's say you're a culinary YouTuber, or let's say you're a mental health YouTuber. You're a business or marketing or finance YouTuber. Whatever niche you're in, look at the other channels that are getting tons of views. What are they doing with their thumbnails? Why are they winning the click? What is drawing people in? And don't copy, obviously, but be inspired by that and see how you can incorporate those same strategies. Maybe you don't always have to put a face in your thumbnail. Maybe you just have to really amplify the product. I know a lot of great tech YouTubers, who they don't even put their face in their thumbnails. They will just, balloon up the product, the camera, the tool, whatever it is, microphone, or whatever, external hard drive, and that will get the prominence in the thumbnail. It doesn't always, but every niche is different. And so a lot of food channels, a lot of cooking channels, you'll see the best YouTubers in the travel and food space, they amplify the actual food, right? Like street food in Mexico, they don't have their face in it. They've got this amazing, shot of the actual food, in the cart, on the street, and just it's just beautiful colors or something exotic or interesting. And everything is different, but the point is that you have to make the thumbnail a priority before you even hit record. And here's what I do: I will spend days on a thumbnail. I will get as much feedback as I can. You can do a lot of A and B testing on certain plugins, like TubeBuddy or vidIQ. They're both great. And I will write out 15 variations of the title in a Google Doc or Word doc, just so I can see them. Because it's one thing to just think about them. Oh, this sounds good, or this, but actually write out 10 titles. I actually shared this on Twitter recently. If you go to my Twitter account, you'll see an example of what I'm talking about for my latest video, which I'm not going to publish today. I'm going to publish it in the morning. Definitely not going to publish it today. It get like 0 views, like everybody's watching the Super Bowl. I can't believe I forgot there was a Super Bowl today. I'm so busy, man. I'm just so busy, y'all. I don't got time for that, as Luis says. I ain't got time for that. Yeah, Joel. Same here. My wife is sick. Yeah, it's just amazing. My name is Luis Vega. I respond to Louis. My parents gave me nicknames. Yeah, Luis. I just want to call you by your. I don't want to Americanize it, or because I know what that means, and I've seen that a lot. But yeah, I want to call you Luis then, because that's your name. And so thank you so much for clarifying that. I appreciate that. I don't know if you're still here, YouTube Boxing Central, but I hope that answers your question, and I hope that helps. It's so amazing to see you guys. Does anybody else have any other questions at all? Is anybody, anything at all? Please leave them in the comments down below. It can be about anything: mindset, branding, business, earning money online, YouTube, LinkedIn, podcasting. By the way, we've got a podcast. I don't like to sing when I talk, but I just did it. The #1 personal branding podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So this is what the logo looks like. There's a link in the description down below, but if you just go on to Spotify or Apple or wherever, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. By the way, let me know where you listen. Do you listen on Spotify? Do you listen on Apple? Do you listen on Google, Stitcher? I mean, I haven't met anybody who's like, man, I listen on Stitcher all the time. I've never heard it. I mean, I'm on Stitcher, But I don't never heard anybody who, I mean, the big dogs, Apple and, okay, cool, you're here. Fantastic. YouTube Boxing Central. Let me go look at your channel. Is your channel, let's see here. Let me see if I can look at your channel real fast, YouTube Boxing Central, and see if I can't, let's see if I can actually bring it up maybe. I mean, you know, if we're going to really help you, we got to really help you. And that way, we got some amazing YouTubers in the chat that can help you. So you've got, okay, so, oh, I see your channel art. You've got, let's see, your channel art, you've got, is that KSI and Logan Paul? Okay, so I think this will be cool. Let's just do this real fast. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, and if anybody else has any other questions, please let me know. But let's just do this real fast and see if this works. So here's your channel. Is this the right channel, by the way? YouTube Boxing Central. I think that's it, isn't it? Okay, I see some Spotify's. Fantastic. Thank you, Silver Fox. Thank you, DJ. I see. Okay, cool. Let me know if you listen on Apple or Spotify. I don't know anybody who listens on Stitcher or somebody else. Okay, this is your channel, correct? YouTube Boxing Central. Okay. Okay, so first of all, your channel art. Okay, I see Logan Paul and KSI. I think it would be really important to the viewer if you had a value proposition there. Okay. And something a little bit more, and this is something you can work on later. It's not the end of the world, but something a little more personalized. You know, instead of having a picture of Logan Paul and KSI, which doesn't really tell me anything about your channel. It just tells me maybe you're a fan of that. I'm not sure. But just to be more specific and honed in, it's really important that you have, I think, a little bit better branding on that and a value proposition. And I'll tell you what I mean by a value proposition, okay? Because this is really, really important. I'm going to actually show you what I mean by a value proposition. And if I'm going to talk a good game, you know, I probably need to back it up, right? And so let me do this. I'm gonna show you the new channel that I created. A little shameless plug here, but this is really important. So check this out. So I'm gonna show you this, okay? And this is what I mean by a value proposition. Let me know if you guys can see that. Okay, so that's my channel. And let me put it on full screen. So this is the new channel. Ooh, 5 subscribers. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. But you see, like, the first thing that they come to there, you see that value. So I don't know if I like the name. My wife likes the name too. Vidcom growth. I kind of like that. You know, it's kind of a play on words, like income growth, vidcom growth. But look at the value proposition in yellow, YouTube Boxing Central. Helping you grow your impact and income on YouTube. New videos every week. So it's very simple. As soon as I come to this channel, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to get. So this is a channel that's all about helping people grow, okay, on YouTube. And so now I get a little bit more taste. You see, when I come to your channel, hold on a second. Let me go back. I thought I had that. Let's see. Yeah. So when I go to your channel, YouTube Boxing Central, and I'm not trying to make this a YouTube masterclass, but I think it's important to just kind of show, because this is going to really help. This is the same thing as your website too. Like you gotta have, you gotta understand end user psychology. I mean, it's really important to understand end user psychology. Thank you so much, Bri, for subscribing to the new channel. I really appreciate that. I'm going to bring such dopeness to that channel. You're going to be dumbfounded. So, I would say, and it's very, very easy to do this. You can create your own banner on Canva or Easel, or you can hire somebody on Fiverr to just create a new banner. But you see the difference here. Like, here's your channel art, and here's mine, okay, on my new channel. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So here's yours, and then you're going to see the difference. I don't know why I can't do side by side here. Sorry about that. So it's having that kind of branding at the top, and you know, I'm a big fan of simplification. It doesn't need to be difficult. But as soon as they land, so it's the first thing that people see when they come to your channel. Now, your channel art is not the end of the world, because most people, it's all about the video. They could care less about your channel art. But if you do a good job of strategizing and you create amazing content, that compels people to want to watch more, they will visit your channel. And when they visit your channel, I'd rather them see something that tells them what they can expect. A value proposition, just quite simply to define it, means this is the value that you propose to give your audience, your clients, your customers, whatever. And so having something that is a little bit more personalized, having something that is a little more branded, okay, to what you want, is really going to make a world of difference. Here, I'll show you also. I'll also show you. I'll also show you mine, just so I can back it up, okay, which is really important to do. And so here you can see. Let me screen share again. Okay, so you can see this now. This is my main channel, right? And so if you come to the channel art there, you know, you'll see that I've got all my branding there, but my value proposition is right underneath my name. And again, it's very super simple. It's just super simple, inspiring you to grow your impact and income online, right? Not that much different from the other channel, except the other channel is all about YouTube. So on this channel, I talk about personal branding. I talk about, you know, side hustles, you know, starting your own business, advancing your career, mindset. But it's all under that value proposition, all under that umbrella. And because it's a personal brand, it's me, I'm actually afforded a little bit more flexibility. Hey, Rafa. Rafa, good to see you. Great to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure you smash that smash button. I'd really, really appreciate it. Okay, Silver Fox, I'll take a look at yours too before we leave. Let me go back to YouTube Boxing Central just to show, just to kind of talk about this. So also on thumbnails, so Jake Paul's opponent. Let's see here. So Jake Paul's opponent, okay, is revealed. Alex Wasabi addresses. So none of these. I'm just going to be completely honest with you, because I want you to. I want to be. You know. I want to help as much as I can. But none of those thumbnails. It looks like are they done on vertical video? I see black bars there. None of those thumbnails really inspire me to want to click on them. And so it's really, really important. Now, there was another channel. I don't know if you saw the other channel, YouTube Boxing Central. Let's see what these dudes are all about. Yeah, none of these thumbnails really make me want to. You see, here's another generic. Is this your channel too? YouTube Boxing Central? Is this another channel? This looks almost very similar. But see, that banner doesn't tell me anything about boxing. It's like a video game, it looks like. And it's so important. You guys got to understand, it's really important for your branding. Yes, KD in the house. Sugarland, Texas, in the house. How you doing, KD? Good to see you, KD. Yeah, work on the thumbs for sure. I mean, there's simple free ones you can use. I use Canva a lot too. You don't have to use Photoshop. There's Easel, and there's tons of YouTube videos on how to create a thumbnail. Go to Sean Cannell's page, Think Marketing. Sean Cannell talks a lot about that. He's a great YouTuber to check out who talks a lot about thumbnails. It's really, really easy, and it's fun actually too. I mean, if you actually take YouTube seriously, it's extremely, extremely fun. So let me see Silver Fox. I want to go to Silver Fox's. Is it Silver Fox Talks? Is that what it is? Let's see if I can find her channel. Okay, there she is. Let me know if this is the right. Let me know if this is the right. Is this the right channel here, Silver Fox? Okay, hold on a second. I need to wait for her in the chat. Let me know if you Gosh, what am I doing? Am I turning this into a freaking YouTube channel audit? Okay, I'll do one more after this, but I wasn't planning on this. I want to, hey, subscribe to my new channel, Rafa. It's in the pinned comment. Subscribe to the new channel because I'm going to do live streams on there, and I'll do a ton of channel audits on that page. But yeah, I'll do one more. But make sure you subscribe to the new channel because the new channel is going to be all about YouTube. So Silver Fox, am I looking at the right channel? I just want to make sure this is the right channel. Let me know if I'm looking at the right channel. I don't understand what that means. I should know how to speak Spanish because I love Spanish and I have a lot of Spanish friends, but I don't know what that means. So let me just talk about this. Let me know, Silver Fox, yay or nay, is this your channel? I want to know if this is your channel. I'm assuming it is. Or do I go to Silver Fox DJ? Can you give me a yes or no in the chat? Yes. Okay. So the banner, disability navigator, mental health mentor, Air Force veteran, mayhem streamcaster. So here's the first thing that I would say. Number one, and I'm just going to be brutally honest here because you know I love you, Silver Fox. So just let me know if this, if this helps. So number one, there's a lot of different phrases there that conflict with each other. Okay. I mean, I don't mean conflict with each other in a kind of human sense or real sense, but conflict with each other in a branding sense. One of the things that I know is super, super important is to have a very focused and very specific value proposition. Okay. Now, I know you, Silver Fox, you talk a lot about a lot of things, which I do too on my channel, but there needs to be a value proposition that cohesively binds them all together. So when I see disability navigator, that's one thing. Mental health mentor, that's another thing. Air Force veteran, that's a completely other thing. And then mayhem streamcaster, I don't even know what that means, but it sounds interesting, but I don't even know what that means. So you've got all these conflicting things. I'm just putting myself in the eyes of a viewer. When I come to this channel, I have no idea what I'm going to get from this. I have no idea what to expect. And don't ever forget this. Everybody write this down. When you confuse, you lose. I mean, you really have to understand simplification when it comes to branding. And this is like the same stuff I do when I help clients with their it's the same exact thing I do when I help clients with their website and their branding and their LinkedIn profile. When you confuse, you lose. Okay? So it's got to be very, very specific. And so what I would say is what's really important is you want to really pick a overarching theme to your channel. So for example, if it's mental health, because I'm seeing a little bit of relation between disability navigator and mental health mentor, if it's and I'd love other people's thoughts in the chat because we have some great content creators here with us. You're absolutely welcome. Are you kidding me, Silver Fox? You're my mod. You're here almost every single week, and I know when you're not here, it's because something really big came up. So, I absolutely. Are you kidding me? Let me move this here so we can get a better taste. Okay. No, absolutely. I'm here to help, and I'm happy to help. So what I would do here is, I would have some kind of a value proposition. Helping you navigate. Personal development. Helping you navigate mental health, helping you to navigate mental health with, I don't know, military gusto or something like that. I don't know. Like try to incorporate, I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head, but just a real clear message, that says, hey, I'm going to help you get through your mental struggles. That's what this channel is all about. And so, something really clear and specific. And I'm not so sure I'm crazy about the green kind of, the kind of green paint splashes or slashes or what have you. I get the fox. I love the silver fox. I love the branding. That's fantastic. I even think that the flower or rose is really, really cool. I like silverfoxtalks.com. That's great. But I would definitely think about having a much more clear value proposition at the top. And then your thumbnails look extremely busy. Your thumbnails look extremely busy here. Let mayhem be known. Silver Fox talks with Jairus Tucker. Silver Fox talks with Daniel Hall. Okay, test streams for closed captions. I love that you're using StreamYard. I love that. That's a great set that you have there. I love the lighting, and the way you look is awesome. But I would have a more captivating thumbnail. That, like, none of these thumbnails make me want to click on the video. And so, again, look at other channels that are doing something similar to what you're doing and try to see what it is that they're doing that is enticing you and making you want to, want to check out, want to click on those videos. It's very, very important. Hey, yo, Blake, good to see you. Fantastic. I'm so glad you're here, Blake. Make sure you obliterate that like button because we'd really appreciate it. So fantastic to see you. I hope that helps. Does that help? I mean, just really clarity and simplification, Darlene. Yeah, you're welcome. Just really clarity and simplification. Okay, Rafa, I'm going to do yours and then I'm going to stop with the because this is going to be for my new channel. I'm going to do all this. So make sure you subscribe to the channel in the pinned comment on YouTube. Okay, Rafa. Let's see what Rafa has. Oh, look at this. Rafa's got a little YouTube channel here. Okay. Very, very cool. I love it. Thank you, Blake. I really appreciate that. So one thing really quickly, I would de-emphasize the Rafa and more so emphasize all about YouTube. But then all about YouTube is a little bit broad, Rafa. So I would try to be maybe a little bit more specific. Or just say, your name is great, and I love the face, and that's fine. And one thing I would say is videos every week is kind of cut off right there. And so if you can kind of just tighten that up a bit and maybe be a little bit more specific with your kind of value proposition. So all about YouTube videos every week. People want specificity, like what? To grow on YouTube. All about YouTube analytics. Oh, okay. If that's what you're talking about, then that's great. But here's the thing. I wouldn't just say all about YouTube analytics. What I would say is, again, humanize. This is going to be so valuable. Really hit the ideal struggle and challenge that your viewer is facing. So if you said something about making YouTube analytics simple and easy so you can grow on YouTube, that would be a powerful value proposition because you've included the viewer. Because if you just say all about YouTube, I don't want to know all about YouTube. There's plenty of channels and there's plenty of ways I can learn all about YouTube, but help me with something that is going to relate to me. And so, Rafa, I love that. I love the fact that, first of all, you've already identified a very specific niche, which is one of the most, and this is so good, Rafa. You're going to grow like crazy if you listen to this. I'm telling you right now, there's so many people, myself included, who have problems with YouTube analytics because it's so complicated. But we know that the data is so important for us to grow. And so if we don't have the data and we don't understand the data, we're not going to grow, right? So I would have a value proposition, Rafa, that says, YouTube analytics simplified. So you can grow with data or something like that. Bringing YouTube data to the masses to help you grow. It's all about them. Make it all about them. And these are just things I'm shooting out there. But man, I love that. That needs to be in your channel art. It absolutely needs to be in your channel art. And I would maybe bring your picture more to the right side on YouTube. It doesn't have to be so close to the actual title. And then your name, like nobody knows who you are, Rafa. I mean, not yet because you're going to be a YouTube rock star. But I would say shrink down Rafa and make the value proposition maybe a little bit bigger. You know what I'm saying? And then really focus in on, I would focus heavily on YouTube analytics because it looks like that's what you're doing here. And so, I absolutely love this. And so I'm just kind of zooming in here on your thumbnails. What's click-through rate on YouTube? I mean, your thumbnails are great. Easy way to understand YouTube analytics 2021. That's fantastic. And you just published that a week ago. I think those thumbnails are great. I would say on the colors that you're choosing here, like the through on your most no, not your most recent one. Let me see. What's your most? Let me click on. Hold on a second. Let me click on videos. For all the small YouTubers, fellowship short. Now your shorts. This thumbnail right here, Rafa. You did that with this one. You want to, I would change the thumbnail for your latest short because this doesn't make me want to click it. It's almost like, I don't know if you did that on purpose or if that was an accident, Rafa. But what I was going to compliment on is this video right here. What's click-through rate on YouTube? That blue right there is a little bit difficult. That blue is a little bit difficult to kind of see. Think of mobile. So I would actually make that background banner red or something like that, or black and white, or something like that. But, really colors that stand out, or maybe the text white. If you made the through text white, that would make that stand out more on mobile. If you look at your analytics, you'll notice that most of your views probably come from mobile. And this is a great channel. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. I don't think your channel name needs to be analytics, to be honest, Rafa, because I think that I don't think it needs to be analytics because you may want to branch out. You may want to do more. Sorry, I had to fix my hair there because I'm so vain. You probably think this song is about you. You're so vain. Okay, I'll stop. Yeah, I like YouTube Analytics Simplified. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful value proposition. And then, as you get going on the channel, because your channel's name is Rafa Carpio, I think actually you can... Thank you, Blake. Yeah, you're welcome, Rafa. Rafa, you're gonna blow up, dude. You're gonna absolutely blow up because that's such a huge niche, and the riches are in the niches. And so, absolutely. Oh, thank you so much, Silver Fox, for the $1.99 super sticker. Yes, super chats are welcome. You don't have to, but they are welcome. Rafa, I definitely think that this channel is going to grow like crazy, brother, because you've got an amazing niche, and there's so many people, even advanced creators. If you can really communicate the back end, the data that YouTube channels are offered by YouTube, holy mackerel, you have nothing but exponential growth ahead of you. Trust me when I say this. I have so much passion. I love talking about this because I'm so obsessed with YouTube. If there's any platform on planet Earth that I think you have the power to grow your impact and income more, it's YouTube, which is why I'm dedicating a whole new channel to it. I'm just so super excited. I think I'm really going to put in a lot of amazing videos to my YouTube growth channel, Vidcom Growth. Vidcom Growth. What do you think of that title? Is it a little bit too much? I kind of like the title, to be honest, and I'm probably not going to change it because it's too late. But I actually like that title a lot, Vidcom Growth, because I want to be specific. I want to help people to really turn this into something that where they love it, they're making money doing it, they can sustain it, and do everything that I'm doing, which I'm making, I'm pretty much a full-time living with my YouTube channel, and I don't have millions of subscribers. It's not just about AdSense. There's so many other branches and arteries of revenue streams you can do with having a very, very quote-unquote small channel. So, hey, thank you, Rafa. Yeah, man, that was a fun clubhouse with my main man, Sean, friend of mine. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much, Rafa. Yeah, Rafa, I think you're going to dominate, dude. I mean, if you just tweak a little bit here, tweak a little bit there, and just get better, and you're going to get better and better as we move on. And it's the same thing with business. It's the same thing with websites. It's the same thing with YouTube channels. It's the same thing with brands. Think about the end user psychology. What's going to make people want to opt in? If you do that, then you're going to be on fire, I promise you. 21 likes. I love it. Fantastic. If you're just joining us right now, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Who knows? I'm going to be definitely doing some live channel audits on my YouTube channel, Vidcom Growth, which the link is in the pinned comment. So, I mean, I have a lot of fun doing this and helping people with this. And so really, really excited about that. 21 likes. I love it. Really appreciate the super sticker from you, Silver Fox. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. You are much appreciated. Fist bump. And I'm just so excited. This has been an awesome stream. If I can take maybe one last kind of question, and then I'm gonna have to wrap it up here. But I just want to say before I get to that question, if you do have one last question, that in case you're interested in going deeper, in case you're like, hey, Nez, I love everything that you're saying. I too want to build my own brand. I too want to make money with this thing called online. I too want to advance my career. I do want to get myself out of my own way. Make sure you go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. These are some of the best multiple award-winning, powerful courses that are taught by yours truly, an actual business communications professor who, these come with certificates. They're certified courses. Actual business communications professor for over 2 decades. And I'm so proud of these courses. And they're all knocked off over 50% off because of COVID. I felt I had to do that. So just in case you're interested, obviously I'm going to be giving you mountains of free content. But if you want to go deeper, these courses, holy macadamia nut, they're just phenomenal. And so I'm really, really appreciative. Yo, Alicio, have you been here the whole time? Good to see you, brother. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. I love it, brother. Good to see you, man. It's great to catch you live too. Thank you. I'm grateful that you're here. Another fantastic creator that I met on Clubhouse. Connect with me on Clubhouse. I'm at Professor Nez on Clubhouse. So make sure that you connect with me. I'd love to have you over. And I'm going to be doing a lot of rooms. I'm obsessed with talking about YouTube, which is why I created the new channel. Completely inspired by, everything that's been happening and the connections I've been making on that wonderful app. Thank you, Blake. So great to have you, brother. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And so, I love talking this stuff. And so make sure you connect with me on Clubhouse if you haven't already, because I'm going to be doing a ton more rooms. I know Luis is going to be in there, and he's a fantastic moderator, Mr. Camera Junkie. And I know, Alicio, you're in the mix a lot. A lot of people here in the chat are in the mix a lot. Rafa found me through Clubhouse. And so make sure you follow me, connect with me on Clubhouse, because I'm going to be doing, especially this week, because this week I'm going to have a little bit more time this week. And so hang out, check it out. And I would love to see you there. Okay, our last question, Lucy Tuan. I'm going to get to this question, and then I've got one more thing I want to tell you before you leave. Don't go anywhere. Lucy says, I'd like to ask you if commentary reaction videos are popular. Example, opinion about movies, music, etc. Well, wow. This is an amazing question. The fast answer, capital Y-E-S, yes. Commentary and reaction videos are extremely popular if they're done the right way, okay? Now, I tried to do one reaction video, but I was so afraid of getting a copyright strike that I did not actually put the video up and actually have me watch it at the same time and react to it. Although I've seen a lot of people get away with this and do this, but from what I understand, that can be a recipe for disaster. And so you don't want to I take my YouTube channel very seriously. It's a big part of my business, and it's just really a big part of me connecting with my awesome viewership and audience and my peeps. You're my peeps, my Nez Nation family. And so I'm very, very reticent and scared. Do a lot of research on copyright strikes and what is, permissible, what is not. I know a lot of channels get away with this. From what I understand, they could potentially get a copyright strike. So just be very, very careful. Lucy, definitely reaction videos, definitely commentary videos do really, really, really well. I think every video that my kids watch, like Unspeakable and who's that other guy that I can't stand? No, not Unspeakable and Infinite. Those guys just do reaction videos. That's all they're doing is reacting. They're just reacting. And so their whole channel, I think, is about reactions. And they've got millions of subscribers. And so it definitely is a viable content medium. Just make sure that you're doing it the right way. Make sure that you understand that if you put somebody else's video in your video and it's monetized, or I don't know, even if it's not monetized, I still don't know the specificities, and I'm just going to admit that I don't know and be honest about it. But I know that those channels have exponential value in growing. I hope that's helpful, Lucy. But it's an absolutely very, very popular. It's an extremely popular medium, and so make sure that you're checking that out and just doing your research, do your due diligence, and make sure that you don't get a copyright strike, because if you get 3 copyright strikes, your channel can be deleted. You could lose all your videos, lose everything, and I don't want to see that happen to anybody. This makes me happy. Weeds and Flowers says, what makes you happy? This makes me happy. Doing what I love, serving, purpose, serving you guys, and being with my family. That makes me the most happy. Hey, there's Chris Jones in the house. So you guys are just now popping in. I mean, we're at the tail end here, for crying out loud. Where you been? You're welcome, Luis. Hey, Nez, is Clubhouse the new Zoom? Are VPNs overrated? I don't think VPNs are overrated. There's definitely some power to them. I don't know enough about them. There's enough tech people here in the chat that could probably answer that for you. But I don't think that Clubhouse is the new Zoom. I think Clubhouse is a easy, convenient way to connect with people in a very remote world, and an increasingly distanced remote world. And I don't know, because I had a Dado, I'll get to yours. It's kind of a big question. I'll definitely get to yours. I apologize. Yeah, I'll get to that. That's a really big question. Just hang out for a second. I think that I actually made a comment the other day in a Clubhouse room that I wonder what's going to happen, because the pandemic will be over. It's going to pass, and we will get back to normalcy. It may not be the same normalcy, but it's going to be 90% there. Once we get, the majority of the world vaccinated, I think we're going to get back to normality. My thing is after the Spanish flu in the 1900s, 1918, 17, we saw the roaring 20s. A lot of people are saying there may be another roaring 20s here in the 21st century. If we see that things get back to normal, is this app going to still be relevant? I don't know. I'm not sure, because I think once people can meet, it's kind of like a beautiful substitute for conferences. To me, it reminds me of my favorite conferences that I go to. Because you got all these different rooms, and you go down the hallway. There's another room on, video. There's another room on podcasting. There's another room on mental health. There's another room on, it's like a beautiful substitute for going to conferences. Now, once conferences return, which they will, what's going to happen to this app? I don't know. So if I was Paul Davidson and Rohan, I would look to sell this thing, sooner than later. And they can sell it for millions and millions of dollars, maybe even more than that. And so I would try to sell it to Microsoft or Facebook or Google or somebody as soon as possible, because I really do think once we get back to a sense of we can meet each other, hang out with each other, see each other in person, I don't know how valuable this app's going to be. And I also am a little bit maybe more than worried, because I think what's beautiful about Clubhouse is the exclusivity and the limited amount of people, me being iPhone users. Once Android trickles in there, I think you're going to start to see a lot of rooms turn into chaos. It's going to be really up to the moderators to control that. But, more is not always better. More is not always better. In some regards, less is more, and always more. And so it's going to be interesting to see. It's kind of like any shiny new object in social media. Look at TikTok. I mean, it fades a little bit. So look at Snapchat. Look at a lot of these different platforms. I mean, Facebook. I'm not hardly ever using Facebook anymore. I used to use Facebook primarily, 5-10 years ago. I hardly ever use Facebook. I mean, I'll kind of check in once in a while, but I'm hardly ever using Facebook. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't think it's going to be as popular. I think that we're hitting the peak of popularity now, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it really depends on, what we see when things start changing for us as a society, and they will change. Okay, last question, and then I got to get out of here. I'm so happy to see you guys. Dado, are you still here? If I'm saying that right, is it Dado or Dado FX? Are you still here? Let me know if you're still here. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, Zuckerberg was actually on. Elon Musk came on there recently on Clubhouse and pretty much broke it. But yeah, it was really interesting. Dado, are you still here with me? Let me know if you're still here. Dado asks, how to stop thinking about a bully? Okay, he or she is still here. Okay, so how to stop thinking about a bully? This is kind of a pretty elaborate question, but what I would say is this. There's a couple of things I would like to ask to follow up here. Is this bully in your life every single day, or no? Is this a bully at school, at work? Can you give me more specifics there? If this is a bully that is not in your everyday life, then I would say just every time the thought comes about that bully, don't give it too much attention or importance. And you have the power to do that. It's just like any thought, whether it's the thought of a bully, whether it's the thought of, the past, the future, the thought of a previous relationship. Okay, so you said school. Okay, so is this bully bothering you every day at school? Is this bully basically bullying you every day at school? I mean, are they constantly in your face? Are they constantly, getting in your business at school? Is that what's happening? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Or is this just somebody who's a bully and you just happen to be, at the same school? Because it's interesting that you say how to stop thinking about a bully. If the question was how to stop getting bullied, that changes my answer. But how to stop thinking about a bully is really, really interesting. Okay, so she says kind of, he or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, I'm sorry. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, kind of. So there's two things that I would suggest. Number one is I always believe in the power of communication. And I think if you come with humility and you come with earnest and you just say like, hey, look, I'm just going to give this bully a name, Ryan. Yo, Ryan, I just want to talk to you for a second. I hope you don't mind, but can I get like 5 minutes just to talk? I'm a big believer in the power of communication. I think communication can end all conflicts if done the right way, with no ego and just with a real desire to understand each other. Yo, Ryan, man, I just want to say, brother, I don't know what's going on, but it seems like every day, I'm kind of thinking about you and not in a good way. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happened between us. I don't know what's going on or what's happening, but I'd like to fix it. How can we fix it? Just having an honest conversation with them. If they're not receptive to that, if they're just like, screw you, get out of here, and stop it, Sweeney. Stop it. I'm going to go a whole stream without sneezing. Come on, Sweeney. If they are completely dismissive, or they're just like, screw you, or they just become more increasingly, a bully or bullying you, then you have another option. And that other option is you can talk to somebody at the school, and I know like snitching and tattletaling is not cool, but you could talk to somebody at the school and just say, hey, like, I don't know what to do about Ryan, but I tried to talk to him. I would try to talk to him first. I don't know what's going on with him, but, he's just been really negative and bullying and extra. I mean, they have so many anti-bullying policies and regulations now at schools that if you even mention it, I'm sure you're going to get a ton of help. And I'm not going to tell you to stand up to this person. I'm not going to tell you to try to like confront this person. I always say, come with kindness, come with integrity, come with communication and a real desire to want to hash it out and understand each other. Most bullies are just misunderstood sufferers. Let me explain that. Most bullies are in severe pain. I mean, think about it. You can't live on hate. You can't live on that. It's poison. And so if they're just spewing hate and aggressiveness and bullying, if that's all they're doing, it came from, especially if it's a young dude or young dudette, it came from their past. It came from their parents. It came from some circumstances that created this. Nobody's born a bully. They're conditioned this way. So there's something going on at home. Maybe dad's beating him up. Mom's doing something. I don't know what it is. But it usually is these people are suffering inside. If you can tap into that and really say, hey, man, I'm just here to kind of understand what's going on. Like, there's no need for you to do this. I mean, communication solves everything. Forgiveness solves everything. And don't get forgiveness twisted. Just because you forgive someone doesn't mean you're letting them off the hook. When you forgive someone, you're letting yourself off the hook. That's something we don't talk enough about in school. We don't talk about anything real in these damn hallways and byways. It just drives me nuts. I'm not going to get on an education rant. But being a professor for a very long time, teaching at these hallways, and also seeing what they're doing to my kids and what they're teaching my kids, it just makes me sick to my stomach. So I don't know. Does that help at all, Dado or Dado? I hope I'm saying that right. Does that help at all? Tom Nash in the house. Yes, my clubhouse buddy. It's super underrated. It's super underrated. You should share this with your audience, Tom. Get these people over here. Get them to subscribe. Hey, BB in the house. Yeah. The bully sees you as a victim. Yeah, I'm not gonna like say, I'm not gonna say confront this person and try to fight them or any. But yeah, standing up to bullies in a kind of way, in a warm kind of way, and coming with peace first. I mean, obviously, if all avenues have failed and you've reached a last resort, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I don't want to incite or advocate for violence at all. It just never helps and it never works. But here's what I would say. I would say that if you come with communication, if you come with understanding, usually 9 out of 10 times you can thaw that iciness and that pain, and they'll actually look at you differently. Just come with honesty and just pull them aside. Don't do it in front of people. Like if he or she is chilling with their friends and you're like, hey, Ryan, why are you bullying me? I want to talk to you. That's just not going to work. Pull them aside. Get them one-on-one. Yo, Ryan, can I talk to you outside for just 5 minutes? I just want to talk to you. I have something I want to tell you. Dude, can I just get 2 minutes of your time? I want to ask you something. Just something really chill and something really human. And get them by themselves. Don't do it in front of their friends. And I think that can really help. Okay, guys, we've been live for over, holy macadamia nut, longer than I should have been. And so I've got to get going here. By the way, did we say who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who do we think is going to win the Super Bowl? I didn't see a lot. I thought it was kind of 50-50. Let me know in the chat who's going to win, KC or Tampa Bay. I'm actually going to pick Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is going to win, but I'd love to hear from you. Who do you think is going to win? Tom says, yo, Nez, I want to ask you a question. Do you delete bad comments, ignore it, or reply? I don't know. It depends. Most of the times I try to reply to it and just say like, what's going on or why are you, I try to answer it. Sometimes, you may be surprised. Sometimes bad comments, you may think they're bad, but they could be the most helpful. I had a comment on one of my videos say too much babbling. Just literally, that was the only comment. And I can't remember what video it was on, but I watched the video and I was kind of like, maybe they're right. Maybe I did do. And so I literally just replied and said, thank you for the comment. Thank you for the feedback. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to argue with these people. I'm not going to, you got to understand, everybody's just doing the best they can. Nobody is trying to be a jerk or trying to, it's just, nobody, they don't know what they're doing. People who spread, bad vibes or bad boogie or negative comments or whatever. it's not their fault. I mean, they don't know what they're doing. So by me giving into that hate, by me giving into that negativity, I'm just bringing myself down. And so I just usually come with light. You can't beat darkness with more darkness. All you got to do is turn on the light and then watch that darkness disappear. And I learned that the hard way, and we don't teach enough of that. Tampa. Okay, I see Tampa in there. So hopefully that answers your question, Tom. It's so great to see you guys. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So Tom says, what about people complaining about your thumbnail style? That particular comment type is annoying to me. Well, I mean, if it's annoying, ask them why. What's annoying about it? Maybe it's good feedback. I don't know. Or just ignore it. You can ignore it. I don't know. Or delete it if you want to. It's up to you. You're in control of your own domain. I try to look at every comment from an objective standpoint. I really try hard to. Unless it's like, your face is ugly, or like you're just dumb as F or whatever. I don't know. Like even then I'll just be like, thanks for watching. See you later. I just kill them with kindness, man. Just kill them with kindness. I hope that's helpful. Hey guys, I just want to say before we get out of here, you are watching Office Hours with yours truly. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure if you're just coming in to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, because we post a lot of these on our podcast, and our podcast is a #1 rated personal branding podcast on Apple and Spotify. So make sure you go check that out, because I know a lot of you guys love podcasts. And don't forget the pinned comment. I started a brand new channel all about helping you grow your impact and income on YouTube. I'm super excited about it. It's a passion project. I'm hoping to build it, hoping to grow it, because I love. I'm obsessed with talking about YouTube. And so I hope to see you guys there. So thank you so much. I absolutely love every single one of you guys, Nez Nation. It's always a treat. Always a pleasure to see you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video very, very soon, probably on Clubhouse later. Thank you guys so much. It's Professor Nez. Peace out. Enjoy the game.